All right. Fourth row in the center there on 2. First question.
Hi, LeBron. John Tellich, Fox 8. You've always been outspoken about social issues, and it seems that you're kind of in the middle of one. The incident at your home in Los Angeles, do you have any comment on that?
I mean, as I sit here on the eve of, excuse me, on the eve of one of the greatest sporting events that we have in sports, you know, race and what's going on comes again, and on my behalf and my family's behalf. But I mean, I look at it as this. I mean, if this is to shed a light and continue to keep the conversation going on my behalf, then I'm okay with it. You know, my family is safe. At the end of the day, they're safe, and that's the most important. But it just goes to show that that racism will always be a part of the world, a part of America. And you know, hate, you know, in America, especially for African American, is living every day. And even though that, you know, that it's concealed most of the time, even though people hide their faces and will say things about you, and when they see you, they smile in your face. It's alive every single day. And I think back to Emmett Till's mom, actually. It's kind of one of the first things I thought of. And the reason that she had a open casket is because she wanted to show the world what her son went through as far as a hate crime and, you know, being black in America. So it's like it doesn't, no matter how much money you have, no matter how famous you are, no matter how many people admire you, you know, being black in America is tough, and we got a long way to go, you know, for us as a society and for us as African Americans until we feel equal in America. And you know, but my family is safe, and you know, that's what's important.
Same row on the aisle here.
LeBron, Tony Zarella, Cleveland 19. That's such a strong statement from you, and now we turn it to basketball when you're talking about real life issues. How do you move on to that, looking ahead to tomorrow night, knowing that this took place?
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, I'll be focused tomorrow on our game plan and focus on these games. But also know I'm at a point in my life where my priorities is in place, and basketball comes second to my family. It actually comes, you know, after me continuing to be a role model to the youth, and what I do as far as with my foundation. It won't take no. I will be as focused as I can be on the job at hand tomorrow. But it always, you know, this is a situation where, you know, just puts me back in place of what's actually more important, and basketball is not the most important thing in my life.
Next question in the back.
Robert Littell, Black Sports Online. At this point, LeBron, going to so many finals, I'm sure you've heard almost every type of question, answered every type of question. Do you mind telling us a story or an experience from your finals experience that maybe we haven't heard before?
I can't even sit here and to even think about it. Yeah, I'm in a position where I'm just blessed, and I'm honored to be a part of. You know, we have All-Star Weekend and we have the finals. These are our two biggest events. You have the NBA draft will be third. And I'm sitting here once again with this franchise being able to be a part of the NBA finals, where our game is covered by so many different countries all over the world. And it brings a spotlight to two of the best teams that we have in our sport today. So that's what I'm more proud about, and that's the story I have right now.
Ramona on the right.
Okay. LeBron, Ramona Shelburne, ESPN. I'm hiding back here. What's your relationship with Kevin Durant like? I know you guys have spent time together in the off season. You played on national teams, and like I know in 2011, didn't he come out to Akron to come train with you a little bit? Do you have that relationship still, or is it healthy competitive?
Our relationship was very good. Our relationship consists of if someone needed something, we can always reach out to one another, and you know, if not, then it doesn't take away from it. We've always had a mutual respect of one another, being competitors. I've always wanted to, you know, obviously because I was in the NBA before him, and when he came in and I watched him and things of that nature, even before he came in, I always gave him, you know, just a, you know, if he needed anything to bounce off or someone to bounce something off, he can always use me because I had experience being drafted to a franchise that now they're expecting you to be the franchise player. You know, so with him going to Seattle, you know, he always could use me and things of that nature. And so all over the course of the years throughout his journey, I've always had an open door policy, and you know, with KD, and so I guess that's what, pretty much it.
Over here on the aisle.
LeBron, Dan Simon with CNN. One more question about the incident. How do you explain something like that to your own children?
Oh, I think the most unfortunate part is that I'm here right now, and I can't be home to see my boys right now. My little girl's too young to actually understand it right now, but I can't sit in front of my boys right now, and I won't be home until next week. So this is kind of killing me inside right now, but my wife is unbelievable. My mother-in-law, my sister-in-law, they're going to do a great job of you know, talking to them when they get home from school today. Because of Apple being so great, I can't FaceTime them, and but I like to do face-to-face conversations when it becomes with a situation like this. But you know, I've talked about this before. You know, having two sons that's very they have great minds. They're very open to life and love life and things of that nature. So for me to be able just to try to give them the blueprint as much as I can on what life has to offer, you know, but at the end of the day, they're going to have to walk their own path. And hopefully I give them enough life skills throughout their journey where when they're ready to fly, they can fly on their own.
Chris, standing on the left over here.
Chris Haynes, ESPN. Brian, you've been through multiple odds throughout your career. Last year, it sounds like this is it again. Do you still get a drive or a high for trying to, I don't want to say prove people wrong, but just trying to silence folks?
No, I'm not in that department anymore. I left that in the 20s. I'm not in the prove people wrong, silence critics, people department no more. I got a promotion when I got to the 30s, so at the end of the day, I know what I've done. I know what I'm built. I know the way I'm built. My only motivation is to be able to compete for a championship every single year. And I'm sitting here today blessed once again because I put in the work and our teammates have put in the work. So, yeah, that doesn't matter to me.
Dave in the back.
LeBron, Dave